One minute you're landing the biggest damage you've ever done and ranking up to levels you never reached. And then a few moments later you're getting perfected by a character you rarely ever see and are knocked right back down where you just rose from moments earlier. It hurts. This is the struggle, and it sucks, especially when you feel like you're finally on a roll. Look, nobody enjoys losing inherently, but one thing that is extremely important to recognize is that no one gets better at something by not struggling at it. The very best athletes on the planet didn't fall out the womb being the very best at what they did. For many of them extremely talented, yes. But I guarantee you that if you asked the top professionals in any sport how they got where they were, they would all tell you that the answer, regardless of natural talent, was consistent hard work and dedication. Next time you watch a fighting game tournament, pay close attention to who doesn't win. All of those incredible players show up with the intention to win the top spot, and a lot of them are more than capable of doing it. But Jules, if you're not winning, then you're losing, right? Does this make those players any less talented and practiced than they are? The answer is absolutely not. Daigo Umehara, for instance, is still Daigo Umehara, whether he wins a tournament or not. Those tournament results may determine who was better or more prepared in that particular moment, but those results do not inherently diminish who he is as a player or a person. I believe the big foundational breakthrough that players who excel at a game have recognized that many players who struggle have not is that instead of basing their worth as a player on the win-loss counter, they know that they instead need to focus that energy on being fascinated by their losses so they can learn and grow from those experiences, as opposed to becoming upset or defeated by them. Top players lose, period. Nevertheless, they find the will to push forward and keep showing up when they do. This isn't due to some freak genetic quirk that they have that others don't. It's simply because they have learned to change their internal win condition from win the match to enjoy the process of playing the game itself. This is something that every player can and should strive to do, even if their goal isn't to win EVO or Capcom Cup. It's simply a more healthy and sustainable goal than trying to win consistently. And look, it's not that you aren't trying to win a match. Of course you are. But we gotta think long term here. The thing is, since you have no direct bearing on how skillful your opponent is, it can be very difficult to ensure victory if you're playing an opponent as tough or tougher than you are. So if your enjoyment of the game is tied to winning and only winning, you're gonna end up having a bad time if that win-loss counter doesn't look how you want it to after the set, regardless of how the games actually went. You can technically go 0-10, but every match was down to the very last hit. On paper, without any context, that is a resounding defeat. You got washed. But a simple reframing of what's actually important here, how you performed in match, tells a completely different story. In that very same set, you may have hit a combo you never hit before, anti-aired more jumps than you ever have, defended and punished a sequence that used to hit you every time. And by focusing on only the wins and losses, all of that progress is completely disregarded, and you're left feeling like a failure when you're actually not. Acknowledging and focusing on those smaller situational goals does a handful of really healthy things. First and foremost, it gives you wins, checked off check boxes, potentially a lot of them. It makes it far less scary to fight stronger opponents because there's always something positive you can take away from the experience, even if they flatten you overall in the set numerically. It also gets you looking more critically at how you actually play from moment to moment, which in turn helps you look for and find more granular, actionable ways to improve your play over time. Remember, long term. Lastly, it helps you stay focused and lowers the saltiness when you lose because you didn't really lose. Your little internal XP bar still goes up, baby. And the most beautiful part is that playing this way over time will help you build the skills necessary to take the dubs you want. The key is to let go of needing to win. Focus on gathering actionable data from your losses to work on and have fun improving those over time. That's the real winning. Do these things and you will improve over time. And it won't take as long as you think. Just keep enjoying the games you love. The ranks and the points are all the result of your hard work, not the goal. Never, ever forget that. Godspeed and good luck out there.